Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be reviewing Portal 2 for the 360. I remember when this game first came out. My brother bought it, played it for a while. I played some of it too. I pretty much beat the game. I watched him beat it. It was pretty stupid. We put it away, forgot about it. My brother didn't sell for some reason, so I still have it. So I find the game up when I'm cleaning out because my brother wanted to sell it. And I thought I might as well do a review on this overrated game. So the first problem with this game, the engine it uses. Before I even get into the gameplay, I'll talk about the engine. Why? Because it just flat out sucks. On the 360, it's pretty obvious considering it only runs at 30 FPS, yet you've got games like Battlefield 3, which use the Frostbite engine, and of course Black Ops 2 being able to push better graphics. While Black Ops 2 runs at 60 FPS, it somehow manages to look better than Portal 2, which came out just last year, and only runs at 30 FPS. But what did you expect? The Source engine is a buggy, unoptimized piece of garbage used in great games such as TF2, Postal 3, and HL2.exe has stopped working. I'm serious, if you play on PC, that's the only thing you're ever going to see. And let's not mention that this game still doesn't support DirectX 11, unlike many other PC games, which finally do. DirectX 11 support was even becoming common in some older games that are like a couple years old, and yet the Source engine still doesn't support it. But hey, let's talk about the actual gameplay, shall we? Or, well, not much, because seriously, there's not much to this game's gameplay. And when you start the game, it just says, powered by Source. You know, the same engine that powered Postal 3 and TF2, the world's glitchiest games ever. But then you start the game up, and then you basically find out it's meh. You then encounter one of the Source engine's many problems: long-ass load times. It happens on the PC, just look at TF2, and it's happening right here on the 360. As you can see, it's taken a while for the game to load. Gotta love load times. But anyways, you basically start the game off in some room, and you get thrown with one of this game's main features. Well, two main features: forced humor that's not even funny, and of course, outdated graphics. The graphics here look like a 2004 game, but this is not a 2004 game. This is a 2012 game on the Xbox 360. Even by PC standards, this isn't that great, because the PC had games like Battlefield, Bad Company 2 a few years before this. Even if Battlefield is kind of overrated, it still has far better graphics than this. So, yeah. But since graphics aren't everything, I'm going to talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is basically this: forced joke that's not funny, 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 a level, load time. That is what the game can be summed up as, and that's all it really is. You see, they tried to add a story to this, because Portal 1, we all know, that didn't really have a story. You were just some nameless protagonist walking through a bunch of portals. So they decided to, well, basically make a spin-off with more of a story, and it's just not as good. The crouching feels weird as well. It uses B to crouch even though it's a toggle crouch like the Halo games, and the Halo games use a stick to crouch. But luckily you can remap. So when you're not being forced through these forced, unfunny, painful attempts at humor, then you're forced into the gameplay. And then you're basically set through the game, which experiences that pattern. Force joke, force joke, force joke, force joke, and force joke. And of course, did I forget to mention the stupid, annoying, the gameplay? So basically, you run around, and with the portal gun, you can pick up items, but they float in front of you like in Half-Life 1. You know what Half-Life 2 was? Where you'd pick up items and they'd float. Because, they didn't want to do the animations for them. Well, this, they have an excuse because you got the portal gun, but when you're not carrying the portal gun, it just looks weird. This is a 2012 game, and yet the engine feels like it's stuck in 2004. I'm serious. This is a 2011 game. This is from 2011, and it looks like shit. And it runs at 30 FPS as well. This is not some 60 FPS game like with Call of Duty. That runs at 60 FPS. This, 30. It's pretty obvious this engine isn't that well optimized. But hey, let's talk more about the gameplay. The gameplay, like I said, follows that format. And as you can clearly see, basically, the whole game is just that. You can get further on in the game, it's the same stuff. And did I mention that there's a lot of stupid jokes in the game that became forced memes? Space Core, Cave Johnson's Lemon Rant, and of course, nothing would be complete without the ending music. Remember how annoying the ending music was in the first one when it became a forced meme? OMG's still alive! Let's spam that stupid song because we're so cool. Remember that? Forced jokes everywhere. And of course, did I mention that basically, well, the levels. There's also supposed to be a plot in this game besides the cell phone game premise. Basically, here's how it works. You're trapped in this abandoned Aperture Science place. Then you wake up GLaDOS, and then it rebuilds from vegetation. Then Wheatley freaking knocks out GLaDOS, screws the whole place up, and freaking he freaking is going to destroy it, and then suddenly you and GLaDOS save it, and then you get kicked out anyway. That's basically the whole freaking plot. And then you also jump through some past thing, which I don't even know what, which is some remnants of some abandoned parts from the 70s and 60s, but you jump through that, and yeah, while listening to some recordings by Cave Johnson, and basically more forced jokes that aren't even funny. And that's all the game really is. It's all on and drawn out. The ending's predictable as fuck. And you know the best part? The best part about this game is that once you beat it, you beat it. There's nothing else for you to do. There's a co-op mode, but that's bland as fuck. I mean, literally, all the co-op mode is you and some friend jumping around. And that's really it. That's all the co-op mode is. It's pretty annoying. It's not fun at all. And from what I know, the voice chat didn't even work right. I remember people were having to send party invites when they were doing this. So, yeah. When you have to do it with random people, I wasn't even sure you could voice chat. Because they wanted to use the jester thing, you get invites all the time to party chat while playing this game. I kid you not. That's how bad the online is. And that's kind of pathetic, considering even the original Xbox supported voice chat. Why can't this game?
Anything happen while I was out?
The testing area is just
Even when you get later on into the game follows the exact same repetitive, bland format. It's just not fun. Unless you're one of those people who believes that anything slightly different is the best thing ever. And that's really all this game is. In the end, Portal 2 is just overrated. The engine sucks. The gameplay sucks. The gameplay is just about as good as a mobile phone game. It's got a forced storyline with more forced and unfunny jokes than you can imagine. I'm serious. That is all the game really is. Forced joke here, forced joke there, forced joke here, forced joke there, new level, and then it's just, how is this supposed to be funny again? This game is not funny at all. It's about as funny as if you were a 12-year-old game who thought anything is funny. Because there are some people who believe anything is funny. There are some people who they can just cater to, and all they gotta do is say a line, and they all think, it's funny! It's GLaDOS! Oh my god! Combustible lemons! Space core! Look, it's a core that just is space! I can't do this anymore. Fuck it. And before I end this review, let me just show you another game. To show that Portal wasn't the first game to have portals. This game is Prey. It came out in 2006 for the 360. Basically, it's a first-person shooter where you play as some guy in a alien thing. Well, more like an alien spaceship trying to get out of it, but basically this is a 360 game from, guess which year? 2006. And yet it looks somewhat better than Portal 2, and not only that, but the game's got more interesting mechanics than Portal 2, such as the ability to leave your body, portals you can jump into and out of because they open up, puzzles that involve you walking all around the floors and stuff. And yeah, this game's a lot more interesting than Portal. Sure, it's not the best game ever, but it's still a lot better than Portal. But then again, you really need to do much to top Portal because Portal's just not that great, really. Portal's just mostly forced joke puzzle. I can't believe Valve fell so far. At one point, they were actually good. They made Half-Life 1. That game had so many mods for it. And now they've basically become the gaming company of choice for people with the mentality of little kids who think that Activision is the evil devil, but that Valve is the almighty savior of PC gaming who will just solve all your sins, and that Gabe Newell is Jesus. Those are the kind of people who support Valve now, and that's what Valve has become. Their software doesn't even need to be coded well. Just look at Steam. That thing is buggy, crashes all the time. Just last night, my friend was complaining about how he purchased a game, but it was saying to unlock the full version when he got into it. That's what Valve has become. HL2.exe has stopped working. Enough said. Valve's dead. And all they care about is their grown men audience, because just look at how Gabe Newell said he was a brony. All I gotta say is, don't buy this game. I mean, Portal 2. Don't buy Portal 2. Save your money. There are better games available for less money used. And the co-op mode isn't fun at all either. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. And buy better games.